Hello, everyone. This is Bruno with a new segment called 10 Minutes or Less with Bruno No BS. A very simple, casual interview. No fancy cameras. Today, I have the honor to speak with Mark Mitchell, a consultant, a specialist in building materials, and a guru with roofing manufacturers all over the United States. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Bruno. So good to see you. I love your energy, and so I wore my dinosaur shirt today because of you. Normally I'd have on like a business shirt and looking, but I thought, no, this is Bruno. This is if ever a good day for the dinosaur shirt is today.
How long have you been in the roofing industry?
Well, I've been in the building materials industry for almost 40 years. And my first client that I worked with, fortunately for me, was Owens Corning. And Owens Corning Fiberglass, because they made insulation, roofing, commercial roofing, residential roofing, many different products. So I got to really understand. I've learned early in my career to take something and say, are we talking commercial or residential? Are we talking new construction or retrofit? Okay. And then you may sell all four, but I've really learned to let's take them one at a time because they're each very different.
When did you realize that would be a career for you?
I'm I don't know if you know what a Myers-Briggs personality type is, but I'm an INTP. So I love to solve problems. I get up every morning going, give me a problem to solve. If I work for I could never work for a big corporation because I would go make problems, okay, just to have something to solve, right? And so I just fell in love with. My father was in advertising, and my father had an advertising agency, and I worked for him for a little bit. And I learned that I didn't like running an ad to a consumer that hopefully they'd come to, do what you want them to do. I really liked the business to business part of building materials, where many times you don't have to spend money on advertising to solve the problem. Like you could use your brain, you could do something different. And so I really just fell in love with it because every day there's a new problem. And certainly there's things that you learn over time that are, gee, you should do this instead of that, but you don't want to get stuck in your thinking. I've worked for over 100 different building material companies, probably 5 or 6 different roofing companies. I've worked for certainly Owens Corning, Manville, Genflex, and some coating companies, a number of companies in building materials, and then, in commercial and residential, and then ancillary products like underlayments and roof insulation. If things are going well, they don't call me to want them to go better. They call me when they got a problem. They call me when they're just not hitting their sales numbers. They call me when they have a new competitor. They call me when they're trying to introduce a new product and it isn't going well. So they call me when they're stuck, I guess is the best way. And,
right.
And so then I not only interview them, but I spend a lot of time with their customers. Like, what do you think? Is this product any good? What do you think of this? Is this, my goal is to look at the company through the customer's eyes, whether that's a roofing contractor, a distributor, an architect, an owner, developer, GC, whoever it is. My goal is to be very clear in how the customer sees the company, and then to be able to say, okay, your product, it will do this for the company, for your customer, but you're not sharing that with them.
Any difference between big manufacturers and small manufacturers?
A lot of difference. Big manufacturers have more to lose than to gain. So they tend to be very risk averse, very conservative in what they do. So, if you have a 50% market share in a product category, or 40% or something, it's really hard for you to grow from 40% to 41%. Okay. But if you're a smaller manufacturer and you have 3%, it's really easy to grow to 6%. It's really easy to double your business. And bigger companies have a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of things in place to not let you try things that are different or new.
Exactly.
And
I agree with you.
So that gets them kind of stuck. Smaller companies, if the owner is open to it, because many times I find the smaller company, the owner is the inventor engineer person. They really understand their product. They make a great product, but they don't understand sales or marketing. So they just want to sell, like, no, look, I have a higher perm rating than this other product. You should buy mine. The guys, I don't care about the perm rating, yeah, but there's something about your product I like, okay? And the owners, no, it's the perm rating. It's almost like if you don't want to buy the perm rating, I'm not going to sell to you. It's like
Exactly.
they get so proud, and it's like their baby. They're so close to it. And then we have another one that we were talking about earlier before the call started, Bruno, and that is the company that's owned by an investment firm. Okay. Now there are some investment firms that buy building material companies and hold them. Like, this is a long-term investment, but there are more companies I find that want to buy the company in 3 years, sell the company. And so the employee is not important to those people. The customer is not important. You can't, the customer can tell right away, I really can't, this is a great sales rep, but he really is not empowered. He really, I can't, he's not going to lie to me, but I know that he can't make commitments that the company will support him.
What do you see for the future of our roofing industry, for the new generation coming up right now?
There's not enough people saying, I want to be a roofing contractor, or I want to be a roofing installer, right? You know, it's looked down on, okay? But it's a great job, okay? So the first thing is I think, is to focus on the labor issue and get more people to realize, like, you can have a great career, make a nice living just installing roofing, working for a good contractor, right? And then if you want to grow within that organization, or if you want to even start your own business, there's no real cost of entry. You need a pickup truck and a bar napkin to write quotes on, and you say, I'm a roofing contractor, and you have to learn how to do a good job and make your customers happy and so forth. But I think number one thing that I think about is labor. Number two thing is, I think, it's funny, I haven't seen any innovation. I'm not seeing innovation. I'm seeing the same types of single ply membranes, built up roof,
Coatings.
just coatings, insulation. I'm seeing the same thing, right? And so I think I don't know where it's going to come from, but I think we're going to see some innovation coming that's going to surprise some of the industry.
Any messages out there for the people watching this video, for my fans, people that watching too as well? It could be towards the COVID-19.
There are times when it's great to go meet with somebody face to face. I mean, I really miss face to face meetings with people, and I love just being able to, shake hands and hug people and, get to know them and really, really understand them. But I'm now learning that there are people saying, hey, Mark, I want to work with you, but we can do this virtually. Okay. And so I think that there's going to be a balance of making live sales calls, going on job sites, all those things. But if you can't do that, that doesn't mean that you failed. Sometimes it's, like I see older salespeople really wrestle with a customer sends them a text. Can I get this tomorrow? Well, they literally feel that they're not doing their job if they would just answer that text. Okay, because there's more to it, right? So we have to have a phone call. Well, the young 26-year-old customer just wants to know, can I get this tomorrow? Yes, no. Right?
And what's that?
Right, and so it's funny. I've had companies say to me, Mark, my older salespeople don't embrace new technology, and my younger salespeople don't embrace older technology. My younger salespeople, I can't get them to make a phone call. Okay, I can't get them to go have a face-to-face meeting, or that, it's so there's a big change coming on here that we're all going to have to learn how to deal with. And I think the thing we have to keep in mind is, you're so good at this, Bruno, but it's like you talked about relationships. It's understanding the customer.
Thank you so much, buddy. Hope to see you soon.
Yes.
I know we always see each other. Next
Great
time I
shows.
see you, lunch will be on me, okay?